Hi everyone, myself Swapna Changoda. I am working as Assistant Professor in STJ Institute of Technology. Today I am going to explain one of the major experiment in fluid mechanics and hydraulics machines laboratory, that is centrifugal pump. The main aim of this centrifugal pump is to study the performance and also to draw the characteristics curve. Generally the centrifugal pump we are using to lift the water from lower level to higher level. The basic principle on which this centrifugal pump works is that when certain mass of liquid that is allowed to rotate by an external force, it is thrown away from the central axis of rotation and also centrifugal head is impressed. So which enables it to rise to a higher level. This is the basic principle of the centrifugal pump. And in this process, the main action it is due to the centrifugal action. So we are calling these pumps as a centrifugal pumps. Okay. So for conducting this centrifugal pump experiment, we need some observation. Here I have listed some observation. As you see, the first one observation it is area of the collecting tank. So you can measure the area of the collecting tank, and I have denoted it as the capital letter A. And second one thing it is number of revolution taken on the energy meter. So usually we will fix it for the 10 number of revolution or number of rotation, that is equal to 10. And later when it is energy meter constant, we will represent by capital letter C. It is a constant value. I have represented it as 240 revolution per kilowatt. And next one it is speed, capital letter N, I will represent. So this experiment we can conduct for the two conditions. One it is for the constant speed and varying head. Another one it is for the constant head and varying speed. Now I will conduct the experiment for the constant speed and varying the head. For all the trials throughout the experiment, the speed should be constant. We should fix that speed. Okay. And next one it is specific weight of the water. As we all know, the specific weight of the water it is 9810 Newton per meter cube. And next one it is efficiency of motor. Our laboratory efficiency of the motor it is 85%, nothing but 0.85 eta m. And last one it is height of pressure gauge above the vacuum gauge. We represent by using the letter delta H. So this delta Z we can measure by the experiment. Okay, so this is regarding the observation. Let us will move to the conduction of experiment.
Start.
Let us will go for the experiment. So what we are seeing, this is a centrifugal pump equipment. Okay, and see, I will explain the parts of the centrifugal pump. The main parts of the centrifugal pump is a motor. This one it is the motor, what you are seeing. I told that already the motor efficiency it is 85%. We have taken it already in the observation. And so here, this one it is what you are seeing. So just see, this one it is the pressure gauge. Here you can observe two scales are there. One it is outer scale and another one it is a inner scale. Outer scale it is there in terms of kg per centimeter square, and inner scale it is there in terms of IBM per inches square. Okay. So here we are using the SI units. I will refer the outer scale for taking the pressure gauge reading. Okay. And second one, so this one it is regarding the vacuum gauge. Okay. So vacuum gauge also you can see that two scales are there. One it is outer scale and second one it is the inner scale. Outer scale it is in terms of mm of Hg, and second one inner scale it is in terms of inches of Hg. We will measure by using the SI units. So I will refer the outer scale here also. It is to take the reading of vacuum. Okay. And here what you are seeing, this one it is regarding the valve. Okay, controlling valve to deliver the water. So you can regulate the water by using this valve. You can regulate this water for this centrifugal pump. Okay, and next part, what we are seeing, this one is the collecting tank. Okay, so collecting tank we are using to measure the discharge of water. How much discharge that is stored in this collecting tank? We are using this one. Okay. So as is the piezometer it is there to know the rise of water. We will fix this piezometer. Along with this piezometer, scale is also there. So easily you can take the height of the water that is stored in the collecting tank. Okay. And another one important part in the centrifugal pump, that is nothing but energy meter. In the observation also I have taken the energy meter constant. I will show the energy meter here. The energy meter, what you are seeing. So you can observe the red spot is there here for the disc. You can observe the disc, and in the disc you can observe also the red spot. When this red spot complete the one rotation, I will take the energy meter, it has completed the one revolution. So initially in the observation we have taken a 10 revolution. For 10 revolution, total time taken we should calculate. Okay. So if this completes one rotation, that is one revolution. Like that you should take a 10 revolution here. For that 10 revolution, how much time has taken? Okay. This is regarding that energy meter read. So as I told earlier, here we will conduct the experiment for the constant speed and varying height. Okay. So throughout this experiment, we should maintain the constant speed. I will fix the constant speed as 1500 rpm. You can fix to any value. Now I will fix that it is 1500 rpm. So what is the equipment you are seeing? That one we can call it as a tachometer. By using this tachometer, you can check the speed of the machine. Okay. So what I will do to check this tachometer speed? So just I will hold this tachometer and I will place it here like this. So it will shows the tachometer speed reading. So on which speed it is rotating. I already told that the constant speed we have maintained throughout the experiment, it is 1500 rpm. Suppose if your speed it is varying from that 1500 rpm, what should we do? So we should adjust that speed to 1500 rpm. For that adjusting, let us will use this wheel. Okay. So this one wheel we can use to adjust the speed of this machine, and finally you can set that to 1500 rpm. So this is regarding a brief parts of the experiment, that is centrifugal pump. So let us will move to the conduction of the experiment. Let us will start the conduction of the experiment. Before starting off this centrifugal pump experiment, care should be taken. Priming it is very necessary to lift before lifting the water. Priming it is very necessary. Now I will show how to conduct that priming of this centrifugal pump. Later we will move to the conduction of that experiment. Okay. Now we can observe the priming of this centrifugal pump. Start this experiment. For the first trial, what I will do is, I had already done the priming. So later I will switch on the motor so that the water it will flow through this centrifugal pump. This is, as I have explained, this one it is the controlling valve, otherwise delivery valve. I just open this delivery valve gradually so that the water it will flow through this pipe. Okay, this is for the first trial. And the motor it will start to rotate. I just check the speed of this motor. Okay, suppose as I explained earlier, if the speed it is rather than 1500 rpm, I should adjust that speed by using the wheel, as I have explained. So assume that now I have maintained the speed of 1500 rpm. Next I will take the reading of this pressure gauge and vacuum gauge. Only you need to take the readings of pressure gauge, that is the positive head, and the vacuum gauge, negative head of this centrifugal pump. Later you can move to the collecting tank reading. Okay, so here collecting tank reading, I need to take the total time taken for the rise of 20 centimeter height of water. You can observe it here.
The piezometer it is there. For the 20 centimeter rise, you just by using the stopwatch you can note down the time taken. Okay, so this is regarding the collecting tank reading. And another one reading we need to take, that is nothing but the energy meter reading. Let us move to the conduction of this experiment. Okay. Check the speed now. Speed it is 1300, near to 1300, but we should maintain 1500. So I will go for the adjustment of wheel. Now I will go for taking the reading of 10 revolution, time taken for the 10 revolution. So you can see 0 minute it is there. When the rest part it will come, I will switch on this timer. One rotation it is completed. Second one. Like that, you can take up to 10 revolution. Let us move to the tabulation. Pressure gauge reading, vacuum gauge reading, time taken for 20 centimeter rise of water, and this time taken for n revolution in energy meter T already we have taken during the conduction of experiment. Okay, so other columns we need to calculate. Just see, first column pressure gauge, I told that already we have taken in terms of kg per centimeter square. Vacuum gauge also we have taken in terms of mm of Hg. Next we need to calculate a delivery head. Hd is nothing but G into 10. G it is there in the previous column. If you multiply by 10, you will get the delivery head. Okay, so that is in terms of meter of Hg. And next one it is a suction head. Suction head formula I have given. Hs it is nothing but V into 13.6 divided by 1000. Okay, V is nothing but a vacuum gauge reading. It is there in the previous column. Okay, multiply by 13.6 divided by 1000, you will get the suction head in terms of meter of Hg. Okay. Next it is a total head. Total head it is nothing but summation of delivery head plus suction head plus datum head. Okay. So delivery head, suction head it is there in the previous column, and this datum head we can obtain from the observation. Already we have measured that one. Okay. So if you add these values, you will get the total head in terms of meter. Time taken for 20 centimeter rise of water already we have calculated in the during the conduction of experiment in terms of second. Okay, so actual discharge we can measure by using the formula A into R by T. A it is nothing but collecting tank area, R it is nothing but rise we have taken it as 20 centimeter, and time taken it is there in the previous column. Okay, so we'll get actual discharge in terms of meter cube per second. Time taken for n revolution in energy meter already you have taken during the conduction. Next column it is regarding output. Output it is nothing but equation W into QA into H. W represent a specific weight of water. Specific weight of water we have taken it as 9810 meter cube per second. QA it is there in the previous column, and H total head it is also there in the previous column. You can use that value. Finally you will get the output in terms of watt. Next one column it is regarding input. Input it is nothing but 3600 into 1000 into n into eta m divided by c into t. Okay, in this equation n represent a number of revolution. We have taken a number of revolution as 10, and eta m is efficiency of the motor. Efficiency of the motor we have taken it as 85%. So I will substitute 0.85 here. Division n represent a number of revolution. We have taken a number of revolution as 10, and eta m is efficiency of the motor. Efficiency of the motor we have taken it as 85%. So I will substitute 0.85 here. Divided by c into t it is there. C represent energy meter constant. Energy meter constant we have taken it as 240 revolution per kilowatt, and t it is there in the previous column. You can use that value. So if you substitute, you will get the input in terms of watts, and last column it will represent efficiency. Efficiency it is nothing but ratio of output by input. I need this efficiency in terms of percentage, so I will multiply by 100. Finally you will get a efficiency in percentage. Let us we will move to the characteristics curve of this centrifugal pump. Okay, you can observe here we have plotted already the graph. So in the x-axis we have taken it discharge, and in the y-axis we have plotted for the three different values. The first value it is regarding efficiency, that is efficiency versus discharge, and second one it is for the output versus discharge, and third one it is a total head versus discharge. Okay, so here you can observe the three curves. This curve it will represent a efficiency versus a discharge, and the second curve it will represent output versus discharge, and third one this curve represent a total head versus discharge. Okay, and here you can observe that this total head cut the curves of this output and efficiency somewhere here. So you can see, observe. So this is one point, the total head curve that cut the output curve here, and similarly the total head curve cut the curve of the output at this point, that is efficiency curve at this point. Okay, so I will measure this distance in between these 2 points, and I will mark the center point here. Okay, this is the center point. From this center point I will draw the one vertical line. This is a vertical line, and this distance I will mention it as a design head, and corresponding the horizontal distance I will mention it as a design discharge. Okay, this is regarding the characteristics curve of centrifugal pump. Hence, this will complete the study of performance of the centrifugal pump and also drawing of the characteristics curve. Thank you.